Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex. Today we're taking a look at Arcade Paradise on the Nintendo Switch. More of a performance review today, meaning I'll still cover story, gameplay, graphics, all of that good stuff, but also address how it all runs on the system and whether it's worth your cash. So with that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals near daily, and let's get started. If you do pick this one up then from the eShop, consider heading to cornershop.gg for discounted eShop credit. It's going to be 10% off at checkout using code CORNER. Story then, and you are the younger of two sisters, the latest to inherit though the role of laundromat manager. Your father, he appears as somewhat old school. He put your sister through this same role and expects the very best from you. It's clearly a very small business, however, in what appears to be a portfolio, because he absolutely never shows up. On your first day though, you pick up on a single arcade cabinet hidden in a back room. It's a waiting area of sorts for customers. You identify though a business opportunity, a way to make even more cash, and you present that idea to your father. Now he's not keen on this idea of an arcade. It's also revealed your sister tried the very same thing. You, however, are clearly a little more stubborn and you go through with it. That is, with your sister's help as well, who now works for the local council. These are the two main characters you meet, but it's more than enough backbone then for what is ahead. Run this laundromat, build an arcade in the background that your father has no idea about. Gameplay then, and the reason for the performance review today, I'm at around the 6-hour mark or so of gameplay. I've not managed to wrap it up, and I do not do reviews unless that is the case. Family stuff came up, it needed to take priority. I do, however, have a great feel of the mechanics and can also break down what I've seen at this far in a performance regard. So this one, it's a really unique combination of simulation being the day-to-day duties, the builder in the sense you can pick up machines and somewhat modify their location. Finally then, mini games, you can very much check out the arcade units that you do add to this location. Starting out though, it's very much going to be about the laundromat. This is where you will raise the funds needed, and this, it's going to be the same money you'll be recycling into that secret arcade. The gameplay here, it is simplistic. Customers drop off washing, you'll need to pick it up in the basket, put it in a washer, transfer it to the dryer, finally you'll deliver it to pick up. This is nothing more than moving the character and then holding a single button in first person. It's more centered around managing your time rather than managing a complex gameplay, but it works, and I definitely found reward in here because you get ranked with each load. Alongside this then, you'll be expected to pick up a litter around the location each morning. This is kind of a mini game with target practice then at the bin with a full bag. That rubbish then, it slightly builds up throughout the day as well, but it's far from this alarming rate from what I've seen. You'll also find a toilet unblocking minigame, which is finding the vibration around a clockwise circle and tapping the trigger, pulling gum from walls, that's nothing more than a button mash game, and then finally you'll need to empty the token hopper and arcade cabinets, with progression at least, and deliver that to a safe in the office. That's really the bulk of the first person gameplay outside of leaving for the day. That's 11 PM, you'll walk across the street, jump on the bus. You can, however, choose to hang around until 2 AM should you want to. Maybe you want some extra arcade action, or simply you need to wrap up your duties. In this world though, and this is what all of the hard work is going towards, you'll find a computer and phone in the office. The phone, it's nothing more than messages from your father, but the computer, that is the important bit. Here we can chat with our sister on occasion in a system that resembles good old MSN Messenger. You know, it's very much a 90s world here, dial-up internet and all. And then we can pick up arcade machines online as well. So far they've ranged from around $700 to $1,300, and I even picked up a jukebox. Progression though in game leads here to more machines unlocking. Progression is really marked by filling the location with too many arcade machines. Now you need more space. I have 10 this far. It's promising over 35, from beat 'em ups to racers to Pac-Man spins and Space Invaders. Basically, buy more, you'll earn more cash, and eventually you get the opportunity to expand the area. So far I've done this twice, and we can thank the sister for that. She actually helps us with getting a planning permission, And yeah, it definitely takes a pretty chunk of change from the bank account, but it's absolutely worth it. Those games as well, some fun to be had. I wouldn't come exclusively for them, honestly. They are very basic, but at the moment, I love the Pac-Man spinner that's almost crossed with GTA. You're running away from cops. And then there's also a fun zombie shooter as well, and a racer that I'm now starting to get a hang of. So you get used to this over the first few hours, then you'll actually get introduced to what is a second currency. This is going to be pounds. This can be used on a spin of eBay, and it is essentially upgrades. Think sunglasses that give you the ability to zoom the camera in. Basically you can see rubbish easier. Sneakers so you can sprint around this location. An attendant who empties the hoppers for you and whacks it in the safe. Few of these things come cheap, and this cash it's actually rewarded for completing what is a daily to-do list. This to-do list, these daily challenges, can include everything from deliver 3 perfect fast loads of laundry to getting a high score or playing for a certain amount of time on a single machine. We'll say here I did find it a little unusual because these challenges are coming from your father who knows nothing about the arcade, so why is he giving me cash for a high score on a machine? But I guess, hey, who needs logic? On logic actually as well, look, I was working till 11 PM each day in this world, but the front door said we close at 8 PM, so I don't know what that's all about, but it definitely annoyed me. Also, if I closed and opened this store, how is it I always walk into a load of rubbish all over the floors, as well as washing waiting for me? Not big deals, just kind of hurt the brain a little bit. The general gameplay set up to that point though, really, none of these are really overly difficult or too involved. Rather, it's a game that's going to be overwhelming you with problems all at once. Also, it's going to be asking you to focus on the day job when really you just want to be gaming away like most of us. It's all about balance. The final element of gameplay though then is more menu based, and it's really managing the machines, the arcade, and it's actually done in a few ways. First, we can adjust the difficulty and the cost of these arcade units via a Palm Pilot. Basically, you want to maximize playtime so you can maximize return. Then the blueprint, it's essentially a map of your back room, and you can move machines around or place new ones in here. Now, why would you want to move a machine? Well, let's say a machine is struggling. Place it next to a more popular unit and perhaps it will find its audience. This, though, it's the perfect place to segue into issues. The blueprint is fine for the first hour or so, then for me it kept going off screen. I can still operate it now, but no matter what I do, I can't actually see half of the room. Therefore, I do not know what machines I'm picking up or placing in this world. I tried everything input and setting wise as well, and nothing would resolve this issue, so it will need a patch. It's a key part of the strategy that's being impacted. I also had a couple of other issues. The day-to-day minigames, they feel unnecessary, like unlocking the safe over and over again with a pretty slow dial spin kind of mission. And then at the target game for throwing out the trash, that gets old extremely quickly. At the same time though, I have been thinking to myself, perhaps that's a commentary, on the monotony of your role that you are pushing back against, or maybe there I'm thinking too deep. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I did encounter then finally some bugs as well. The controls and positioning yourself to pick up rubbish, it can be awkward, but if you get a crushed can on one specific counter in this world, you cannot pick it up. No matter what I tried, day in, day out, it would not move. Luckily though, it is randomized each day and it never builds up over and over. Also, 2 hard crashes, one on a load screen, one loading into an arcade machine which I could not replicate. This again though, over about 6 hours of gameplay. Quirks and all, although I've been enjoying it honestly. I've always been a fan of these sorts of sims that ask you to balance responsibility, kind of like Happy's Humble Burger Farm, but no horror here. And for the right audience, I think they'll find a lot to enjoy. It's just weirdly satisfying, and then the arcade element, that makes for a great reward. You want this character to succeed, and you want to see this neon heaven in the back room expand. And yeah, it's just particularly entertaining seeing customers in there. We do, however, at this point, need a patch to kind of iron a few things out. Graphics then, I'm going to be doubling with performance because first off, for the most part, there's a few frame rate drops in first person, but nothing major and some stutters. I do not think they impact the game personally enough to warrant it, but it actually has a performance mode as well. This is one of the most impactful performance modes I have ever seen visually. This entire video so far though has been in graphical, this now is performance. It removes almost all of the vibrancy and flair to the image and makes it actually feel more grounded in reality. I do actually think many will enjoy that. You also get a minor field of view option in here as well. The customers then are perhaps the most unique design element. They pixelate as you get closer before completely disappearing. Naturally, it seems this is so they don't block your way, but I've been swinging kind of back and forth, somewhat liking it, somewhat disliking it. It just kind of makes sense for the game, but you never really feel the overwhelming sense of a busy business visually in front of you. The only real graphical quirk then I've had this far, there's a bus animation to open most days. It's currently though flickering with a white light every single time I see it play through. To counter this though, I will say the delivery animation for a new machine, it's cartoonish, it's over the top, and I absolutely love it. Audio finally, I'll keep it quick, some nice location specific effects, the laundromat, you know, so think machines and business kind of sounds. Then the arcade, the games have their own old school chiptune style, bleeps and all in the background, but the jukebox is the real winner. Here you can pick tracks to listen to, mostly of the electronic and synth variety, but jump on your computer, you can actually order more records to enjoy, and I just think it's a fun little upgrade system that's driven by curiosity. So overall, again, look, I've not wrapped the game, so it's very much experience this far, but what I've seen, I've enjoyed. I've ordered multiple machines, tried them all, worked the laundromat nearly consistently, and then I've combined the two, at times struggling as well on what to basically prioritize. The loop is for sure rewarding as it's constantly dishing out cash and opportunities then to spend it. That said though, in its current build, it's not without its quirks. It needs a patch to iron out a few issues. The priority for me there as well, that would be the map system, because right now it's very much impacting my success in the game and I can't leverage a system that the game actually advises you on. Overall, it wasn't the game I was expecting, but I'm having fun. I'm looking forward now to wrapping it up. I might just wait first, let them iron a few things out. Also, I will note as well, for some, perhaps the lower focus on the arcade itself, it may put them off. You very much need to do the laundry side of this game to really experience it. You also can't play these games individually from what I've seen this far without the pressure of the laundromat in the background. So with that luck, will you be picking this up then or holding onto that cash? With that, hit subscribe, join us here on SwitchCorner for reviews and deals near daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.